Let's talk nature. Shall we talk nature, everyone? We talk about nature. Nature. Tap that back of your mind. There it is, the word nature. Tap on it. Welcome to Bloodstone Megaverse. Welcome. So we're going to get started on my weekend. How has my last few days been? You know, it's one of those times where if you can see through my perspective, then you'll totally get what I'm saying. We all go through these things. Some a little more than others. You get what I mean. I got a hair playing with me. Sorry about that. Okay, so appreciate those that sent me inclinations on my hair. It feels longer. It really does. Thank you. Yes, I do a lot of drawings and stuff. Here is, for those that are getting more interested in my work than I'm interested in it. For those that are, psycho-evaluating it. So you can see that I do drawings like Lighthouse. Isn't it beautiful? So there you go. There's that. The author of Bloodstone Megaverse. Get the book. You can get it anywhere online. Amazon. It doesn't matter. So far, it's still out there. Even when I told it was going to be buried and put on the shelves, it's still out there. So you can get it. Next up, we're down to 2 days on this. Do your conjuring, give your offering, your jungle juice. It's not a drink. You go drink. Here's my kitten. What are you doing, kitty, kitty? Come here, meow, meow. Come here, meow, meow. Yeah, everybody wants to see my kitty, kitty. What are you doing? Yeah. Okay. So get your conjuring in. This is part of construction. I will have the other two lined up in the next day or two. This is what we're working on. This is what will be a book like this big when I'm done. And I've already started the formats yesterday on it. So we've got all that out of the way. Come on in, all the angel spirits, all the realms, all angelics, all demonics, all everyone. If you're in the zodiacs, the goddesses, it doesn't matter, even atheists, come on in. This is the empire we're building, and we're all building it together. I want to go over why I have been the way I've been, especially yesterday. It just really hit hard. And it really got me to thinking a total different way. I want to thank those who have been concerned due to the fact that, yes, Friday was not a very nice day for anybody. And we rolled into Saturday, Sunday, a fallout period. You can imagine when everything has just been exploded at once and you're taking the fallout. After all the adrenaline rush, after everybody's talked about it for 2 days, the fallout came. On top of that, you find out that, people are going to push your work back. They're going to it's not for me attitude. It has nothing to do with me in this world whatsoever. And, I told you so people. How many has met them? So I want everyone to say that to me. I need to hear it. Factories and human resources who nowadays when you do your resume, you got to put your work down. So you've got to put your titles down. So from Mammon point of view, even as one of the construction workers, you could say, when you hear Lord or Lady, that's a title you have to put in your resume. I'm a Lord of Satanist or a Lord, Lady of Satanist. That is part of what You can perceive how you want to do it. But I have to put the titles in. I have to. The emperor does not bow. So, when you put it all in there, you can imagine the outcome when they go and they check you online, and there you go. So, when you're told, you know, nature herself declares me Satan. Nature herself declares me Satan. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? I'll tell you what you do with it. You got to walk with it. You got to talk with it. You got to understand it. You got to feel for it. It's not easy. Then especially when she tells you the word Lucifer all the time. She calls me Lucifer. Nature calls me Lucifer. Go outside. You'll feel the breeze when you reach out there and you say, who's Lucifer? She rides you right back to me every time, right? The same. It doesn't matter who else has called themselves Lucifer. Mother Nature, the planet's done this thing globally. Notice how she's opened up so much of it. So I'm to focus on my books. As soon as these other places basically tell me, get you a cup of coffee and go home. You can't work here. You see what I mean? You're not going to be working with us. So you can see and how you can feel it. You can understand it. And I'm not talking from a religious group of people. I'm talking to also people in considered mythology, magics. You can see it. They don't want me there. Can you imagine the implementations of Satan among you? Oh, it's nice to know it's real. That part is understandable. So, you can imagine what goes through my mind if you were me. So, there you go. So I'm put right back on my book. The same book I've seen that people have in the future. It guides me right back to there. So, saying that, I'm letting the spirits, I'm letting nature talk to me right now. What is designed and set for here and now. I want to thank each and every one of you who have been listening and observing. You might think I'm crazy. You might think I'm out there. That's understandable. I totally get that. But I do not harm people. I don't hurt people. So there you go. I never have. Why should I start now? Will I fight? You stick a dog in a corner, he's going to fight you. Right? You whip on a dog long enough, that dog's going to whip back at you. Just saying. That's just logic. You can apply that. I've never fought nobody who didn't swing at me first. Just saying. You're going to defend yourself. If you don't defend yourself, you've lost yourself. It's time to come out swinging. So that leads us into yesterday afternoon. More bad news, just more drenching bad news on top of bad news. You know what I mean? Those days. I've been going through it for 3 or 4 days and tried to hold this, everything's great attitude. Everything's happy. Everything's excited. Oh, wow, no, we're not having a wonderful time. So you can see it. You can feel it. I try to give you all I got. Yesterday morning, talking about being in New Orleans, I had so many people like thumbs up on that. So it's applicable, it's understandable. So last night I did put in my messages. I want everyone to hear me. I don't have a great witch over me. I don't feel that way. I have one that's applied to me. Just hear me out. applied to me. The true being over me, you just thought it, nature. She's the one who's truly over this. I come from the dirt. We all do. So everyone who does listen to this, it's like opening that door nature wants you to already open. You can see it more. You understand it more. You really get a feel for it more in the wind, don't you? And the grass and the trees. When you think of her as becoming a child inside a female vessel, things start opening. Doors start opening. And you know that she's going to grow up and become a woman someday. Her own goddess in that vessel. And she's going to stand. She's going to stand in the middle of this. She's going to be the one who walks between the two angels. You see what I mean? Let's see if I can do it like this. You see where she'll walk through. You kind of see it? It moved on us a little. But you do, yeah, exactly. Hold your hands up like that. And you can basically see where she walks through. Everyone has seen that projection. I've got to put it in the book. It's got to be there. But she's not going to come from just someone. She's not going to apply herself to just something. We all know this. That's that feeling. Yes, I'm the one who drinks snake's blood. Snake crawls right out of this tree, right to me. Literally falls in my hand dead. Literally. I mean, I didn't have to do anything. But here's the deal. When I picked this snake up and it's still alive, it eyed me. Whoom, 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 whoom. I had no control over this. Remember, I haven't wrote this stuff. How many have seen this? The snake literally just passes out in my arms. You see what I mean? So I can't consider I'm the one who killed the snake. I have a knife there. I cut its head off. I do what I got to do with it. Next thing I know, I'm fixing to pour the blood out and down the hatch. I did not do that. Something else led me to do that. It wasn't evil, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't a demon. It wasn't a bad spirit. Because in that moment, it even said if someone else tries doing this, they will not make it. That's what she said. That's what I wrote. I'm the only one in this whole world has ever done this. Applicable back to Satan. So you can kind of see where, things are happening that I have no control over. I'm just giving you the information. That's what I tried to relay to the world. So back to the book. The second one. The one that's going to really put the force to it all. Where we're all understanding each other. Next up on that, I am solely frustrated. Mother Nature, you lied to me over and over and over again. Just as much as I feel gods have lied to me or goddesses have lied to me. And the whole world lied to me. How many has felt that way? Everyone can raise their hand to that. There's nobody exempt. We all have felt that way. We all have, right? Nature will tell you herself. Everyone feels that way. Everyone. So I'm going to give you the events from I was so down in my spirit. I just wanted to be out. So I laid down to rest. I went out and I'm going to explain to everyone what happens next. So I am laying there, and as if I had just laid down, I got up, and I'm in the vehicle with this little maiden. You can see her. That's the vision. It's not a dream state. I've tried to tell people. It's not a dream state. They can't perceive that because they will not see the visual. Seeing her talking to her telling me things. I can hear her heartbeat. I can see her plain as day. You can't take that out of somebody's mind. You can't tell them that didn't happen. You can try all you want. We're pulling up at this old, like, huge house, right? You would almost perceive it as some old, forgotten mansion. So we're talking about the book and what's next, because I know that nature is in love with fairy tale stories. We know this. She loves it. She just feels like that princess that everybody says, I don't want to be that princess anymore. And she's like, no, because I am that princess. So we kind of get that feel. And I instinctively call her nature. I already call her nature. That's her name. That is where, if I'm going here, there, you wonder how I work the wind. It's not Mother Nature I actually call. So you kind of see that connection. I got people going by. So you see what I'm saying? Those who know me, those who are getting to know me, those who have known me. So as everyone's around, it's not a movie thing. It's more like those that are working in the book thing. Those that are building the empire. So it could be like a place where maybe we're looking to set up new offices. Okay? That's kind of how that went. So I'm sitting here and talking to like only 2 or 3. I know that the thoughts of the spirits is, who are they? I will tell you now that it's not anybody who is, what's the best way to describe this? The best way to describe this is to say that it's not somebody who, they're not people who I'm normally been around. That's the best way to say that. That my future visions is whatever nature wants. Okay? Can we go there? Nature is the one who's projecting it. She's the one who's in everybody's mind, opening that tap app to nature and saying, do you see me? Do you see me here? Do you see me there? Boom, boom. This is where she's at. So you have that feeling. So as I'm walking and people are trying to get my attention, I hear, of course, Daddy. Well, I look, and in the window, she's standing in this place, right? She was just here beside me, getting out of the vehicle. She's in there. So I want to explain this really quickly. Samiel is a spirit that is connected as a medium to me. So we all know this. I'm a huge medium. I do a lot of medium. Samiel is always on that one-way connection with nature. You see what I mean? It doesn't matter who he's doing work for or helping. As soon as he thinks nature's in trouble here, and everyone knows I carry the nature seed. I carry it. I'm in great shape. I'm in good health. And all my tests come back, wow, this guy is just extraordinary, off the charts, right? Physically. So, excuse me with that. So, Samiel, click, boom, that tap app comes open. He goes in this place. And it is, you can imagine, an old, let's say, place, like a mansion that people hadn't been in years. How it's gone down and stuff. He just walks right through it all. Right to her. Walks right in. And I say he, I mean, of course, me. As that medium and doing that, I would do it today. People has been with me and we walk right up them places and stuff. And it's like, I'm not going. And there I go. Right up it. You know what I mean? So it was that feeling. It was that no problem attitude. Whatever it takes to get her back in my arms. So, boom, I walk in this room. I mean, there's holes, there's creeping boards. I pick her right up, put her in my arms. She's about 7 years old, about yay tall. You can feel the weight. How many people have dreams where they feel that they don't? but you feel the weight. And I'm not talking for a second. I'm talking you're actually holding her for up to 2 or 3, 5 minutes. You get what I mean? Not getting tired, because by design, that weight is there already. Just saying. The breathing, you can smell her. So the confusion is when you walk out, take her back out, get her outside. And I have these, before going any further, back up a little. Inside that room, I have those who are, this ain't happening. You're not going to do this. You get what I mean? They're the ones that I'm having to knock out of the way. I mean, come on. They're like zombies in my ears to her. You get what I'm saying? Those who know what I'm talking about. Definitely the other one. What do I mean by the other one? She bugs a mommy out there. And that's why I tell the whole world. I know there's a female she's doing this to. The egg she's doing this to. I do know it's out there. Just saying. I have no other way to project that. So, getting her out of the building while these things are trying to get in the way. While they're trying to curse my seed. While they're trying to say, all right, slow down. Getting outside the door. Walk out. I put her in a vehicle that is scheduled my vehicle in the future. This is something nature's doing. Mother Nature's already showing me. So I proceed. She tells me, I am your daughter in the future. I am your daughter in the future. So I do know this. This isn't something I can go, well, maybe, maybe not, maybe, you know. That's not a mental thing. That is a designed future events. Put her in the vehicle. Those that are, yes, I will say that to the other, and I do say Archangel. She's a female. Lucifer, you could say. Was there too. I will say that. Yes. So there is what I'm talking about. Because I know that female Lucifer would not let her go for a second without her. Just saying. How do I know that? We're going to work our way right back into what I'm talking about. So, get in the vehicle, take down the road, turn left, a real sharp left, and I say, I know where we're going to go. This way, everything's safe. So there you go. So, as I wake up, like I said, I had sat down and fell asleep. Maybe I didn't say that, but that's the position I was in. When I sat down and I wake up, boom, back to reality, right? But I just stepped out of reality. I just stepped out of future dreams, future visions, things that actually happen before I get there. So you can see what I'm saying. That way you understand why I work so hard on my work. That way you get what I'm saying and you really truly know what it is I'm working toward. It has nothing to do with going to work at other factories. That's not my work. My work is not to get people to want to love Satan. That's not my job. You feel the wind picking up. My job is to give the messages so they're received. There you go. So naturally, I know the female archangel knows her name is Nature. Also, it's very interesting that I just said that. There is one part of the future vision that I have had more than once. You see, I have them more than 2 or 3 times. So the best way to put it out here, I hear these words. Nature, Lucifer, Satan, come here. That is a female voice. And I see her going, ugh. And the little maiden's like, ugh. And she goes walking toward her. And that archangel mother is like the only one who can say that to her. You get what I'm saying? Where she knows she's in trouble. Right? Anyone else said it to her, yeah, I don't think you'd want to be that one. But the mother, she could say that to her. Like, come here, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? So there you go with that. And I think that's cute. I really do. So I kind of giggle at that if you heard me a little bit. Thank you. So I feel like that's the direction and how her name wants to be put. Nature, Lucifer, Satan. SLS. So there you go. Now, sorry, I know I said that wrong. NLS. There you go. Abbreviation NLS. Because she's not really a mother as much as she's going to be that daughter, that baby, living the life of a human being in complete control of nature. We're going to tell you why I say that next. So, several times she has given me flashes and future visions, right? When she's setting up in that tabernacle, that is not just the moment she's born, ladies and gentlemen. That's starting right now to the future. All this is future coming. You know, future coming. We're waking up to what's happening, what's going to be written. Used to, when I preached another religion, I want you to hear me. And I would try to preach that religion. When I'd start really hard into trying to relay the messages of saving people, I want you to hear me, because it's very interesting. I would try to say, Jesus. And that little maiden in front of me, invisibly, would still whisper, Jesus who? Do you see what I'm saying? Sorry for my green hands. Been picking pecans, fighting my squirrels for them. I've got several squirrels. So, you can see that, right? In the future, she is not a religionist. She is not a, I'm going to bow to God or goddess person. She is going to be accepted and opened by the whole world, knowing her, whom she is. For what one of my visions showed, a older female walks up to her, and she says to her, by a name, goddess so-and-so, and nature says these words to her. Who is your goddess? Well, that older lady had to look nature in the eyes and could not speak. That is what we're talking about. You see what I'm getting at? Nature looks her in the eyes like, whoa. You're going to be looking your goddess in the eye. She's going to house all the goddesses, spirits at once. So when you walk up and buy goddess so-and-so, she's going to be that one who says, and who's your goddess? She is that one. Who is your God? Think about it. I go right back to nature. I always go back to nature. My God and my goddess is nature. There's no gods coming out of the clouds for me. And you know what I mean? There's no gods coming out of the ground for me. But nature is, was, and always will be. Let's see what time we're at. That is several of the visions I wanted people to hear. I needed people to hear. I want Bloodstone Megaverse to understand, when you tap at back of that mind, nature. I hope you enjoyed this. I really do. I'm glad that I did not shut down all the way. I was totally in a shutdown mood. Sorry. That's, my apologies. It's not intentional. I do have those who say, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to happen. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop thinking. Do you not hear yourself when you tell me this? You're telling me to stop breathing. You're telling me to stop fighting for my future. I can't help it if others are not in that future. I can't help that. Those who come to me and say, no, it's crazy, I don't hear it, you're not in my future then. But, hear me out. There are several who come up to me saying, I know you're going to have that daughter. I know this. So I know in my future who's seeing it and who isn't. If you stop seeing that little maiden, your projection, you're not in the picture. Now do you see what you're against? Now do you see what you're fighting? So for all those who will not project nature as my daughter in the future coming, you're the one taking yourself out of the picture. You're the one taking yourself out of the world. You're the one taking yourself off your own planet. When I try to explain Satanists to people, hear me out. When I try to explain Satanists to people, it's like saying we're the batteries of Earth. We're the dirt. We are that energy that's grown. We're the dirt. The skin is still the dirt. We're that energy that gets to wake up and go to sleep day or night, however she wants. As well as people see me going by honking. Thank you for the honking, by the way, while I'm laying out there sleeping. I appreciate 2 or 3 people honk at me last night. They know I'm out there on my mountain sleeping. Beautiful stars, all in it, and you hear somebody go, beep, beep, beep. Thank you. I'm just saying that's nice to know that people, still are very nice to you. That they want, waving at you, and you're like, I'm out here sleeping, people. But that's okay. Please honk. Thank you. That's all I'll tell you. Go ahead and honk. I love it. Thank you. You know who you are. So, sorry, my nose is itching. Thank you, nature. Thank you, nature. Thank you. She woke me up ready for this today. She woke me up geared up for this today, as well as the book. I know that she will be someday her own little book writer. I know this. So it's my job to be doing the drawings. It's my job to be doing the coloring book still. It's my job to keep going toward the future. Since now I know for sure that's all the time I get. That's it. That's all I get. Write my book and get it out, and then I get to do other things. I understand that. She's the one who, nature is the only one who can open. Nature is the only female that can open and unlock this invisible cage I am in. That's what Samael, Lucifer, Satan has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, you will notice on this book that Max Braggs is the pen writer of this book. You will know there was a different editor in this book. Listen to me very closely. Listen to what I'm fixing to tell you now. So, Lucifer, I know I should have been set up for it, sorry. This book, the big one coming, Max Braggs, the pen writer, will have been laid to rest. Oh, poor Max Braggs, right? Laid to rest. He will not be a pen writer of the second book. He will not be. The name you will know. You guessed it. Samael, Lucifer, Satan. We go right back to what I was talking about. Satan is the name I've been given. When you look at me, you know who I am. On top of that, you also know Mother Nature, Nature herself, called me her Lucifer. I can't take that out. I refuse to allow anyone to try to take those names from me again. So you're right. I won't be working with you in a factory. They all clued me in. Could you imagine us putting you in pretty much each one of them? One right after another. I can. I can imagine the fact that I see where they're coming from. And I understand that. My work online, it doesn't declare me a Satanist, ladies and gentlemen. The internet globally calls me Satan. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, it's there. When your human resources in the whole world from everyone knows it, then it's there. It's not something you can go in your mind and turn off. Whenever all your legal statuses are being written, Satan, not Satanist, Satan. And Lucifer at that. As much as Samael is the forerunner of all the characters you have met in Bloodstone Megaverse, they will be tied off very nice and neatly for other stories, for other people in the futures. Just giving you that. We are now already started into the Ark Tabernacles. The construction workers. So get with Mammon. Tonight around 10:30ish, I will go live. I've already seen a future event of it. So we will. Bones Cooper and music. Okay? Bones Cooper and music. And my sincerest apologies to everyone who the last few days really was just a lot of weight on me. After getting up this morning, that vision that I've had 3 or 4 times. Nature is her name. She tells me she is my future daughter. She lets me hold her. She lets me touch her. She lets me smell her. She lets me feel her. She lets me know you are my daddy. There you go. So what do you do with that? Mote be, blessed be, as above is below, within, without. Sabu. Who am I? Who am I? Hell Satan, God and King. Mammon will tell you so. Hell Satan, Mammon King. And yes, before I get off here, Mammon has showed up to me 2 or 3 more times. And you will meet him. You will see him every once in a while saying, look for a treasure you're not looking for. He does that. How many has realized that? If you recollect, you'll probably see a flash of him. And he's trying to tell you like a wolf would look for a hidden treasure. Wolves look for hidden treasures. They all do it. Wolves look. You know what I'm saying. So I don't have to say no more. Do your conjuring. I have the next 2 coming up. Very important that we understand 3 construction workers of the Ark Tabernacle. It's very important. So this weekend is very important. On Venus, Friday, a day I was born on, as well as the hour of 666, as well. See what I mean? There you go. Kabisa. What else shall we say? Enjoy the tree. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she gorgeous? I just want to bear hug you. Come here, give me a hug. Mwah. I will be back 10:30 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Thank you all.